Okay, this is the similar polygons worksheet. We want to know if these polygons are similar. So for polygons to be similar, all of the corresponding angles need to be the same. That's the first thing you check for. And they are. They're all 90. So that's the first thing you look for. The second thing you look for are the side lengths. Are the side lengths proportional? This 10 goes with this 15 because they're both the smallest sides on their respective shape. The 14 goes with the 21 because they're both the biggest sides on their respective shapes. Now, we want to know if these are proportional, meaning do they reduce to the same thing? 10/15 is 2/3. 14 over 21 is also 2/3. So these are equal, and they reduce to 2/3. So the sides are proportional. So these are similar. Now, if you don't have a calculator that can do this, you can download that software. You can download wabbit.emu or Taculator. It'll make your calculator look, or your phone look just like this calculator. Okay? If that's still not working for you, what you can do is you can cross multiply and see if these are the same. 10 times 21, what does that equal? 210. What's 15 times 14? It's the same 210. That's why you know they're the same. So if you don't want to reduce, you can do that as well. Okay? Number 2, all of the angles are right angles. The 24 is smaller than 36, so I'm going to put the 24 with the 18. I'm going to put the 36 with the 24 from this shape. Are these the same? Let's see. Get 4/3. 36 to 24 is 3/2. These are not the same. So these are not similar. In number 3, we have 2 parallelograms. If this angle's 40, then this angle up here is 140. And I know that's going to be really hard to see. I guess I'll just redraw the shape. That's 40, that's 140. These have to add up to 180. Now, does that match this angle over here? Remember, your angles need to match. They don't. So these are not similar. Now, when you come over to this one, you have 2 parallelograms again. This angle is 100, so its opposite angle is 100. Those match. And then these consecutive interior angles add up to 80. Add up to 180. So if that's 100, that is 80. Check to see if the sides are proportional. 24 goes with 20, not because they're both on top, but because they're both the smallest sides. These are equal. I know that just by looking. This is half of that, this is half of that. These are similar. In number 5, we have angles that match here. We have angles that match there. Let's check the sides. The 8 is in between 2 angles with those arcs. So is the 10. 8 goes with 10. 9.1 is in between 1 arc and 2 arcs. Same thing with 16.7. They go together. Let's see if they're the same thing. 14 goes with 21. Not because, well, because they're both touching that side. It has angles with 1 arc on each. So we're going to reduce 8/10. We're going to reduce that fraction, and notice how they are. You can't notice. Those are not the same. These are not similar. Okay, so that's how you do those problems. You're checking to see if the corresponding angles are the same, and then you're going to check to see if the corresponding angles or the corresponding sides are proportional. If they are, then the figures are similar. If they're not, then those sides aren't proportional, so the figures can't be similar. Okay, now when we go to the back, they're telling you the figures are similar. You have to find the scale factor. So basically, they just want to know what goes with what. This 40 goes with that 16, not because they're both on the bottom, but because they're both in between those corresponding angles that are marked. What does that reduce to? 5/2. Let's find the scale factor here. 16 is bigger than 10, 24 is bigger than 15, so maybe just compare the two big numbers, 24 to 16. What does that reduce to? 3/2. Let's try number 13. In between the two arcs is a 40. In between these two arcs, we don't have anything. So let's not compare that to this. If these are similar, let's compare this to this. What is the scale factor? 25 to 5. Be 5 to 1. So what that means is this is 5 to 1, this is 5 to 1, this is 5 to 1. And that's all. That's all we're doing.